You know, when you think of an ancient prayer, you probably picture someone being really quiet and reflective. But what if one of the most famous prayers ever isn't about peace at all, but is actually a high-stakes legal battle? Today, we're going to break down Psalm 17 not just as a religious text, but as a masterclass in courtroom drama, a case being argued before the highest court imaginable.
To really get this, I want you to imagine something for a second. You are on trial. Everything is on the line. Your reputation, your safety, your whole life. You've been totally, completely, wrongly accused, and you have one shot to prove your case.
Seriously, what would you even say? What evidence would you bring? How would you possibly convince a judge that you're innocent? Well, that intense, high-stakes feeling is exactly where this text kicks off. And boom, that's the opening line. Listen to the tone there. It's not some gentle, meek request. It's a formal address to the court. The speaker isn't just hoping for a good outcome. They are demanding a fair hearing. The trial has officially begun.
So yeah, this reframes the whole thing, doesn't it? We're not just reading some old prayer. We're about to walk through a super carefully constructed legal case, complete with an opening statement, presentation of evidence, and a closing argument. All right, let's step inside the courtroom. Okay, so first things first in any trial. The defendant has to establish their credibility. This is the opening statement. This is where the speaker lays the groundwork for their entire case by basically arguing, hey, I'm a person of integrity.
And let's not just skim over that first word, plea. It's so important. This isn't a casual chat. It's a formal, legal declaration. The speaker is going on the record, right here, right now, and entering a plea of not guilty.
I mean, the confidence of this claim is just stunning. The speaker is inviting the judge, the ultimate judge, to look into every corner of their life, even their most private thoughts. It's like the ancient version of saying, Your Honor, go ahead, check my search history, read all my texts. You won't find a thing.
So this is the foundation of the defense, broken down into a 5-point testimony of good character. And look at how it builds, right? It goes from honest words to intentional good actions to this unwavering commitment. The speaker is methodically building a profile of a trustworthy person who absolutely deserves justice.
Okay, so after making a strong case for their own innocence, the speaker does something really smart. They pivot. The strategy flips from defense to offense. Now it's time to prosecute the accusers, to paint a picture of just how dangerous these enemies really are.
It's like the speaker switching hats, you know? Now they're the prosecutor, building a case file against their enemies. And the argument is pretty simple. These people aren't just opponents. They are criminals who pose a clear and present danger. And here are the charges laid bare. Look at the language here. Without pity, murderous, track me down. This isn't just some petty disagreement. This is a portrait of ruthless, predatory people. The speaker is showing the judge that this threat isn't just in their head. It's real, it's active, and it is deadly. And here it is, the knockout punch. This is the prosecution's most powerful piece of evidence. The enemies aren't just bad people, they are predators. This single image transforms them from human rivals into something inhuman, savage. And that makes the plea for protection that's coming next all the more urgent. So the case has been made, right? The defendant is innocent, the enemies are vicious. So what's next? Well, now the speaker makes a direct appeal to the judge. This isn't just about getting a not guilty verdict anymore. It's about getting immediate intervention. At this point, the focus shifts to asking for specific, tangible help. You can almost think of it as filing a motion for a restraining order and witness protection all at the same time. The legal argument has perfectly set the stage for this very direct request for safety.
And the requests are so incredibly specific. First, a plea for this really intimate personal protection, like being guarded as carefully as someone guards their own eye. Second, a request for a place of absolute safety, to be hidden in the shadow of wings. And finally, a call for decisive, powerful action, a rescue with a sword. See? This isn't just a generic cry for help. It's a full-on, comprehensive protection plan.
All right, we've reached the end of the trial. All the evidence has been presented, the motions have been filed. Now it's time for the closing arguments, where the speaker does something incredibly bold. They contrast the two possible destinies hanging in the balance.
You know, any good lawyer will tell you, a powerful closing argument often presents the judge with a very clear, simple choice. And that's exactly what the speaker does here. They put the fate of the wicked right next to the fate of the righteous. It's one final, powerful appeal to the judge's ultimate sense of justice.
And this chart just lays it all out, side by side. It's so clear. For the wicked, their reward is just in this temporary world, and then they're destroyed. But the righteous, they get a totally different reward, a direct relationship with the judge, and this ultimate lasting satisfaction. The choice for the court couldn't be starker.
And this is the mic drop, the final statement. It's not delivered with desperation, but with this incredible, profound confidence. The speaker rests their case, fully trusting that their own righteousness and the justice of the court will bring the right verdict. They don't just hope they'll win, they seem to expect it.
So this ancient trial leaves us with a really modern question, doesn't it? When we face our own trials, when our character gets tested, what's the verdict we're really hoping for? This text seems to suggest that maybe the real victory isn't just about being proven right, but about finding a kind of deep satisfaction that goes way beyond the courtroom of this world.